Two, 1, 2. There we go. And aloha. Welcome back to the BlueNote Fan Report and the second intermission show. Boy, man, when it rains, it pours, don't it? Sorry about that, guys and gals. So when it rains, it pours, and we're taking it on the shoulder. A bad defense, and next thing you know, it's 2-2. But that doesn't surprise me one bit with these teams at all. So let me welcome Nick from Windy City Hockey and my buddy and pal and my producer, Jerry the Fox Miller. Hey guys, welcome to the BlueNote Report.
What's going on?
Thanks for having me back.
Oh, Nick, you're more than welcome, man. I appreciate this. You know, I put in the comments, a Blues fan and a Blackhawks fan getting along. Oh my!
Dude, love the jerseys in the background. By the way, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's got some good ones. Hey, I got to ask this, Nick, and if you don't want to tell me online, tell me offline. But you remember that special request we made during the interview?
I do.
Did it come true?
Unfortunately, not.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We may have to put a little bug in that ear, you know, see what we can do about making that come true. I know you would love it. I know you would. So let's get into this game. Interesting game. So yesterday, I talked about, and Jeremy, you know this, I said that the Blues needed 35 shots, and that's what they got. They ended up with 36 or 37 in the game with the overtime. Today, through 2 periods, they have 12. You know, and it's kind of showing, and it's also showing in the offensive zone because they're not keeping it in there, and that's what caused the goal. So, what did you guys see in this period that you liked or disliked? And I'll start with you. I'll start with you, Nick.
What I noticed was they just didn't have a bite to their game where San Jose just jumped on them when they had the opportunities. St. Louis just seemed like they were just on their feet, on their heels, and sitting back and just trying to play conservative hockey, which everyone knows does not work in the NHL.
No.
So, I noticed San Jose took advantage of a team standing on their heels and just wanting to at least put up a couple goals, but they ended up putting up just one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've seen that. I'm really shocked that that's what's happened. But yeah, you're right. I can't disagree. Jeremy, what do you got?
They're missing their key pieces. They're missing Sonny. They're missing Bozak, and you can see it.
Yeah,
you can see it not only on the shot counter. You can see it in the play.
Yeah, and they're
missing their guys.
And you can't take out you can't discount Sanford either.
Right.
Him not being in there for the COVID protocol is definitely an effect that we didn't expect. Really, kind of crazy with what's going on and all of that. But you know, we'll see what'll happen here. We'll see if. Now, here's the thing that I'm looking at, and I know a lot of Blues fans might be like this right now. Every game, 7 games decided by 1 goal. You know, while you look at this and you go like this, it took the video down on Facebook. I don't know why it did that. Figures. Maybe it figured out what I was doing. But when you look at it, it goes like this. There's something going on here. You know, while the teams, while the skill of the 2 teams may be like this, these 2 teams play for each other very, very close.
Yes.
Very, very close. And Ashley says Husso's made some very good saves, and I'll agree with that. I'll absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
I think he has too. I'm really, really surprised at that. Let's try something here. Okay. Yeah, it's just really surprising at what we're seeing, you know, all together.
Yeah.
It's interesting how this game is falling too, because the pieces are falling to where, okay, so Sanford's on COVID, which means he won't be prepared, or he won't be playing against the Knights. Bozak's a healthy scratch. The only reason I could see Bozak being a scratch is so he could play against the Knights.
Yeah.
I think what Berube's doing is, now that Sonny's done for the year, he's in panic mode, and he's like, okay, well, I can overlook the Sharks for tonight, but I want to beat the Knights. We've got to beat the Knights.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Bozak and Husso's starting, and they're doing all these line combinations with De La Rose. I don't know. They're going to need to get a couple more pieces back. I know that there's rumors Thomas might be coming back.
Yeah, Thomas is supposed to be back this road trip. So, I'll say right now, they got to have Thomas back by the game against the Sharks. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I hate that he let in a goal in the first few shots. He comes into his own during the game. Yeah, he does, and that's an issue that they're going to have to figure out. I may have fixed the YouTube issue or the Facebook issue. You guys can kind of check that out for me. Oh, I have? Oh, no, actually, that's me viewing it. Oh, no, two. Looks like, here we go. We'll get some viewers now. I think I fixed it. Yay, I figured it out. I made it. It was to friends only. I got it out there. Bozak listed as an upper body. I thought, I'm glad that if he's a healthy scratch. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We'll kind of see. He did participate in the warm-ups. Maybe during the warm-ups he felt something that he couldn't go. I get that. Nick, I want to ask you something. So the Hawks are in a different division this year. Yes. And a lot of people felt that the Blues should have been in the Central instead of the West. Mm-hmm. And the biggest reason was the start times, more East Coast start time, earlier start times, less late ones. But I'm wondering since you guys are there, would you have rather been in the West, or are you glad that you're in the Central? And would you have rather seen the Blues in the Central rather than Dallas?
I mean, I would rather have St. Louis in the same division as the Blackhawks in Detroit, because that reunites old rivalries. But for me, I like it being in the Central just because we get normal start times, like a 6 o'clock start time for Illinois. That's not bad. 7 o'clock start time for Illinois. That's terrific. But if there was games going on during like 9 p.m. start times, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. I see both ways where people like it as how the divisions are laid out, but in my opinion, I kind of would like to see a Blackhawks Blues game, maybe, because I could go to a game that way, because the Blackhawks right now are the only team in the Central Division. I believe they are the only team in the Central Division that don't allow fans in the stadium.
Yeah, that's coming. Illinois has really been very difficult on a lot of that. So I do know that St. Louis was one of the first that started allowing, and I think they're now up to 4,500 to 5,500 fans. So it's getting closer, and we're building, and things are getting a little better. I seen somebody post on Twitter today, it's horrible they're playing hockey during the pandemic. And I said, no, we needed some sense of normalcy.
Yes.
Sports needs to go on.
Absolutely.
And it's not just sports, activities. Activities need to happen, and in more ways than one. There's a lot of things that need to continue going, and that's what happens. That's why I love living in Alaska. Every game is early. Yeah, for me too. Kyle, I'm with you, buddy. Right. Kyle's been a bit. Brian Tuttle, great start to the game in the second period. Seems like we were doing a lot of chasing. Yeah, we were. I'm with you on that. We are the People's Republic of Illinois.
Wow, that was great.
It's saying we go on autopilot when we have a lead. Actually, that's not just the Blues, though. There is a thought process within the NHL that if you get up one goal, you maintain that 1-goal lead because, and it's that dreaded 2-goal lead thought process. As soon as you get that 2nd-goal lead, something happens within the minds of players, and they go into this prevent defense that they don't just keep pounding the puck and realizing what they got. And we just seen it. We've seen it with St. Louis. I'll tell you what, that called back goal, that offsides, which I'll agree was the right call. I mean, there was at least one camera angle that showed that it was offsides. There was a couple that didn't, but there was one that I thought was clear enough that it was offsides. I'm okay with that. It also goes what they use by frames per second. If you know, it's like, and I'll go into this, and I talked about this, that in the bubble, the Blues lost a game in the last 100th of a second, right, against the Avalanche. If they went from 30 frames per second to 60 frames per second, that goal is no good. Because when you add those extra frames, right, and I did it. I took that video and went from 30 to 60. And in the 60, that puck still on the line. You can see the back of the puck still on the line, where when they show it, it's here. Right? When it clicks. So this is all happening. So that click, even though it shows it's here, it actually happens back here. But the next frame is here. Right? So in that 10th of a second, there's enough frames there, right, that causes that to happen. So that's something to think about, and I'm okay with it. One of the things that I think coaches really need to get back into the mentality of is immediately looking at a game as tied. 0-0 no matter what the score is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think of it that way and get your players in there and coach it that way. That's the other thing. They don't coach it this. To me, it's more on coaches than it is players, because I think coaches coach it. Oh, we got this. Now I'm going to play my 3rd and 4th lines against the 1st and 2nd lines, and then wonder why we give up goals. Nick?
Right.
And that's why I miss Coach Q with the Blackhawks.
He was a master at the 0-0 game.
Yep.
He's a master right now in Florida.
Oh, he's
The
going
Panther-
to win he's going to win Coach of the Year this year, and the Panthers are going to be a legitimate playoff contender, if not Stanley Cup contender. I think they're that good and dangerous this year.
No, I agree. I'm absolutely on board with that. I see the exact same things that you see. You know, I know that I think things differently, right? And to give this, it's the article I have coming out tonight, right? Now that I was going to hold back. I know. I was going to hold back because of this Facebook thing, but now that I got enough of a thing, and I know Jeremy's can share it in groups that I can't now, or that I haven't gotten access to yet. My top 10, and I'm sorry, Wendy, I know you haven't seen the article, and I can't, because I want it to be a surprise. Isn't
Sorry.
I don't have the same top 10 as anybody else.
No.
Right? I have nowhere near. But you can't, it's hard to dispute my top 10 because of how I see it. That's the way you got to go with things. Okay, we are almost out of time. And man, it sucks. I'm sorry, guys, that it went so bad. Hey, Wendy, I normally do a post-game show. Actually, I got a little more time than I thought. Would you be willing to come on a post-game show for about 30 minutes or so?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, I'd love to have you, Nick. You know, like I said, go ahead, Jeremy.
I was going to say, I got a couple of questions, Blackhawks related, because I have a soft spot for the Hawks. Were you expecting the Hawks to be as good as they are this year?
No, not at all. I actually, at the beginning of the season, I knew what was I was thinking, okay, they don't have Taves, they don't have Doc, they don't have Nylander, which isn't that big of a loss in my opinion for Nylander's spot on the lineup, but I can't see them beating a Carolina, Tampa Bay, a Florida Panthers. I thought they could potentially come out with 6, but I did choose them to be 7th in the division. But Patrick Kane, how he has played, has led to the Blackhawks getting to this point, and they found a good rookie goaltender in Kevin Lankinen.
Hey, man, that's a great point. Actually, we are right on the cusp of being out of time. I got what, maybe a minute?
Yeah, I got a minute.
Yeah, so this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying a big, huge thanks to Nick from Windy City Hockey. Please, guys, I know that you may not like the Blackhawks, and we call them the Crap Hawks or other words, but you know what? Nick follows me. I follow Nick. Please give Nick a follow. And you know what? Nick's got me by about 100 subscribers right now, and that hurts. That hurts. So check him out and check me out some more. So this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you guys on the post-game show. Hopefully I'll have Lance on. I don't know yet. I got to get in contact with him. So, hello. Man, my voice cracked on me on that one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.